Hello students, in today's video we will see change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners. We will see the calculation of sacrificing ratio or gaining ratio. Now I have already explained in my previous videos what is change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners. Sometimes the existing partners decide to change their profit sharing ratio. The reason can be that there is a change in their capital contribution, like one partner has contributed more capital and the other partner has contributed less capital, and the partner who has contributed more capital wants to change the ratio also accordingly. Or it can be that one partner is actively involved in the business and the other partner is not at all involved, so the active partner would like to have a major share in the profit. Now, whatever may be the reason for a change in profit sharing ratio, all the partners must agree to the new ratio. So now this results in one or more partner gaining because of the new ratio and one or more partners sacrificing when compared to the old ratio. Now, what does this mean? Suppose we have three partners A, B and C, and suppose their old ratio is 1:1:1, which means each partner gets 1/3, 1/3. 1:1:1, add 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3, denominator is 3. Each partner gets 1/3 share. Now, if the new ratio is 3:2:1, then definitely one partner will be gaining and one partner will be sacrificing. So, how to find out which partner is gaining and which partner is sacrificing? Before going further, we have to see what is new ratio and what is old ratio. New ratio is the ratio, profit sharing ratio of the reconstituted firm, the ratio in which the new firm would the new profits will be shared, and old ratio is the profit sharing ratio before reconstitution. Okay. Now, sacrificing ratio, the ratio in which the sacrificing partners surrender their share of profits in favor of the gaining partners. This is called sacrificing ratio. Now, if you take my example, what was the example that is said? You have three partners A, B and C. Their old ratio is 1:1:1 and their new ratio is 3:2:1. Okay. I was trying to move it, it is not moving. Now, what is A's old share? A's old share is 1/3. What is A's new share? 3/3, 4, 5, 6. 3/6. So, if you want, you can reduce 3/6, which I would prefer to do. 3 2s are 6. So, old ratio is 1/3 and new ratio is 1/2. Now, some of you who are very good in fractions can make out that half is more than 1/3. If you get half of a cake, you get more. If you get 1/3 of a cake, you get less. So obviously A is gaining. Let us see for B. B's old share is 1/3. B's new share is 2/6. 2/6 is again 1/3. So B is neither gaining nor sacrificing. Now if we see for C, C's old share is, I am writing it here, 1/3. And C's new share is 1/6. Now in a fraction, when the denominator increases, the amount actually decreases. So 1/3 is more and 1/6 is less. So you can make out that in this change in profit sharing ratio, A is gaining and C is sacrificing and B has no change at all. But how much is A gaining and how much is C sacrificing? For that we have to do old ratio minus new ratio. And always remember, gain will be equal to sacrifice. So, sacrificing is the ratio in which the sacrificing partners surrender their share of profits in favor of the gaining partners. Then what is gaining ratio? You just have to change the terms. The ratio in which the gaining partners gain their share from the sacrificing partners. So, remember the formula. Sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. In other words, when old ratio is greater than new ratio, that partner is sacrificing. If old ratio minus new ratio is positive, then that partner is negative, then that partner is gaining. In other words, if new ratio is more and old ratio is less, that partner is gaining. In our previous sum, we saw the old ratio for A is 1/3, whereas the new ratio for A is 1/2. So when the new ratio is greater than old ratio, that partner is gaining. And for C, we saw the old ratio is 1/3 and the new ratio is 1/6. So when the old ratio is greater than the new ratio, that partner is sacrificing. But many of you may find it difficult to understand this greater than and less than concept. So you have this formula. Sacrificing ratio is old ratio minus new ratio. If old ratio minus new ratio, if the answer is positive, then that partner is sacrificing. If old ratio minus new ratio, the answer is negative, then that partner is gaining. Okay, children? Now, let us take the same example and proceed. For A, old ratio is 1/3 and new ratio is 1/2. So if you want to do old ratio minus new ratio, just cross multiply. Okay, you have to take LCM. So what we will do? 3 into 2, 6. 2 into 1, 2. 3 into 1, 3. So it is 2 minus 3 by 6. What do you get? 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So the answer is minus 1 by 6. And what did we see here? If the answer is negative, then it is gain. So old ratio minus new ratio, A is gaining. You can write here gaining. Okay. Now my battery is running or down. I have to complete this video quickly. Now continuing with the thing. So A is gaining. If we see for C, so C's old ratio was 1/3 and C's new ratio is 1/6. Do the same multiplication. 3 into 6, 18. 6 ones are 6. 3 ones are 3. So 6 minus 3 is 3. So the answer is 3/18. Now 3/18 can be reduced to 1/6. So old ratio minus new ratio, the answer is positive, which means C is sacrificing. And also what you have to see is the gain will always be equal to sacrifice. The total gain should be equal to sacrifice. Okay. Now some of the bright students here will be saying, Madam, instead of 3 into 6, we can take 6 as common and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this can be 2 and we can write it as 2 minus 1. Yes, children, you can solve the sum like that. So remember, children, total gain should always be equal to total sacrifice. First point. Second point, old ratio minus new ratio. If the answer is positive, then that partner is sacrificing. Old ratio minus new ratio. If the answer is negative, then that partner is gaining. This you have to remember. Now let us go to the next slide. Okay, this is an illustration sum. A and B were partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio 2:1. With effect from 1st April 2019, they agreed to share profits and losses equally. Calculate the individual partner's gain or sacrifice due to the change in ratio. So first you have to write what is old ratio. Old ratio is 2:1. Write it down here. Then you have to write new ratio. The new ratio is 1:1. They are planning to change it equally. So 1:1. Now apply the formula. Old ratio is equal to, sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. So you just have to write here, instead of writing sacrifice or gain, you can write old ratio minus new ratio. Okay. Once you have written that, let us see for A. Old ratio is 2/3. How did we get 2/3? 2 plus 1. Just add all the ratios, the parts of the ratio. That will be your denominator. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So A's share is 2/3. A's old share is 2/3. And A's new share is 1 plus 1 is 2. So 1/2. So 2/3 old ratio minus 1/2 new ratio. How to go about? First multiply the denominators. So 3 into 2 you get 6. Now you have to cross multiply. 2 into 2 4 minus 3 into 1 3. So 4 minus 3/6 is 1/6. Since the answer is positive, this partner is sacrificing. Let us see for B. Old ratio is 1/3. So we got 1/3. New ratio is 1/2 minus 1/2. Now multiply the denominators first. 3 into 2, 6. 2 into 1, 2. 3 into 1, 3. 2 minus 3/6. The answer is minus 1/6. When the answer is negative, that partner is gaining. So we know that A has sacrificed 1/6 share and B has gained 1/6 share. And another point is proved here. Gain will be equal to sacrifice. 1/6 is same. Let us see the next illustration. A, B and C were partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio 3:2:1. The one is given here in the next line, children. Okay. The partners decide to share future profits and losses in the ratio of 2:2:1. So old ratio is 3:2:1 and new ratio is 2:2:1. And we have to find sacrifice or gain. So let us see for each partner. A's old share 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So A's old share is 3/6. A's new share 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A's new share is 2/5. Now you can say, Madam, 3/6 can be reduced to 1/2. Yes, if you want you can reduce it. Or if you want you can keep it as it is. Okay. So let us take it as 3/6 only and let us solve the sum. First multiply the denominators. 6 into 5, 30. 5 into 3, 15 minus 6 into 2, 12. So 15 minus 12/30, 3/30 is the answer. Now since the answer is positive, A is sacrificing. Okay. Now let us see for B. 2/6. 2 upon 3, 4, 5, 6. 2/6 minus 2/5. 6 into 5, 30. 5 2s are 10 minus 6 2s are 12. So 10 minus 12/30, the answer is negative, minus 2/30. So B is gaining. Coming to C, the old ratio is 1/6 and the new ratio is 1/5. 1/6 minus 1/5, 6 5s are 30. 5 ones are 5 minus 6 ones are 6. So minus 1 by 30. So C is also gaining. That is why children, when you got 3 by 30 here, we did not reduce this fraction to 1 by 10. Always keep the fraction as it is, and at last we have to reduce the fraction. We have to see if the denominator is common or not, and then we can reduce accordingly. Initially, in the beginning of the sum itself, do not try to reduce the fraction. So now you can see A is sacrificing 3 by 30, B is gaining 2 by 30, and C is gaining 1 by 30. When you add the total gain, 2 plus 1 is 3. So the total sacrifice is equal to total gain. So this is how you have to calculate old ratio minus new ratio. Now let us see the exercise sums, which means the homework sums that you have to do. As you can see, this is from DK GOEL book, and I am grateful for the publishers to share this book as a soft copy so that teachers can make use of it during COVID-19 time for online classes, teaching from home. Question number 1. X and Y were partners in a firm sharing profits. So X and Y were partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio 5:3. 5:3 is the old ratio. With the effect of 1st April, they agreed to share the profits equally. 1:1 is the new ratio. Calculate the individual partner's gain or sacrifice. So what you have to do? 5 plus 3 is 8. For X, 5 by 8 minus 1 by 2. For Y, 3 by 8 minus 1 by 2. Solve the sum, children. If you get the answer negative, that partner is gaining. If you get the answer positive, that partner is sacrificing. And how will you cross check? Your total gain must be equal to total sacrifice. Question number 2, that is first question's B part. A and B were in partnership, sharing profits equally. Equally means the old ratio is 1:1. With effect from 1st April 2019, they agreed to share profits in the ratio 4:3. So new ratio is 4:3. Calculate the individual partner's gain or sacrifice. So for A, old ratio minus new ratio is 1 by 2 minus 4 by 7. How did I get 4 by 7? 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay. So for A, it is 1 by 2 minus 4 by 7. And for B, it is 1 by 2 minus 3 by 7. And how to go about? Multiply the denominator, then cross multiply first. Okay. If you want, I'll show you help in this question. For A, it is 1 by 2 minus 4 by 7. For B, it is 1 by 2 minus 3 by 7. First cross multiply. 2 sevens are 14. First multiply the denominators. Then multiply 7 into 1. 7 into 1, 7 minus 2 into 4, 8. So, minus 1 by 14. A is gaining. Let us see for B. Same. 2 into 7, 14. 7 ones are 7 minus 2 threes are 6. Which is equal to 1 by 14. The answer is positive. So B is sacrificing. See children, B is sacrificing and A is gaining. And the amount is same, 1 by 14th. It's very easy. Now the same thing has to be done for 3 partners. Question number 2, A part. A, B and C were in partnership sharing profits in the ratio 4:3:1. The partners agreed to share future profits in the ratio 5:4:3. Calculate each partner's gain or sacrifice due to change in ratio. So let us see for A. Before seeing for A, the old ratio's denominator will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The new ratio's denominator will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just added all these three. Okay. So new ratios denominator is 12 and old ratios denominator is 8. Now let us go about. For A, old ratio minus new ratio is 4 by 8 minus 5 by 12. Keep it as it is, children. Do not try to reduce the denominators. Do not try to reduce the fraction. Solve the sum as it is. At last we will reduce the fractions. So 4 by 8 minus 5 by 12. That is for A. For B, 3 by 8 minus 4 by 12. And for C, 1 by 8 minus 3 by 12. Find out. Your total gain must be equal to total sacrifice. If the answer is positive, that partner is sacrificing. If the answer is negative, that partner is gaining. Next, Mahesh, Naresh and Om were partners sharing profits in the ratio 2:3:4. With effect from 1st April 2016, they agreed to share profits in the ratio 1:2:3. Calculate each partner's gain or sacrifice due to change in ratio. Students, you have to solve this sum on your own. So what all you have to solve in today's classwork? You have to solve, one second. You have to solve these 2 illustrations as well as these 4 sums. So totally 6 sums for today's work. Okay children, stay home, stay safe and keep learning. Bye.